Sandali. Kakat ko na lang yun. 1, 2, 3, go. Hello, welcome to the Extraordinary Talk. Here we're going to talk about self-confidence.
Go into your self journey towards becoming our best version of ourselves and many more.
Hi, Elle here. I'm a digital strategist and entrepreneur based in Manila, Philippines.
Hi, my name is Jamie. I'm here in Abu Dhabi. I work full-time as a corporate secretary and part-time as a digital entrepreneur.
Okay, so yeah, welcome to our third episode and thank you for being here with us again. I think
Thank you all.
that intro was actually funny. So, kumusta ka naman sa ating weekly check-ins before tayo mag-proceed?
So happy, and from the previous past days, I'm better. I want to say I'm better mentally. Alam mo yung nangyari sa akin, alam mo yan. So I want to say that I am better. Wow. Better, no, wow. Ayan. So
Kasi
how about you?
I'm actually doing better every day as well. I couldn't say na I'm 100 ayun naman tayo sa fully capable na. I'm still healing from the things na I don't really talk about. Some things yeah, getting better every day. Yan ang importante, the progress. 1% every day and then boom, 100%. Baka
Yeah.
what? Di ba maging? So, so what we're going to talk about today is the importance of knowing your why.
What is your why? Alam mo na ba yung why mo ngayon?
Yes, I'm actually blessed na maaga kong nalaman yung why ko. And that started when the pandemic started. So that was 2 years ago. Siguro you often heard that to be successful, you need to know your why, di ba? Kasi knowing why you want, what you want, will propel you into taking action on how to get there, di ba?
Absolutely. Because a lot of people, they start their own project in life, or they pursue a career in life, but not really knowing what is the purpose behind it, right? We could do so many things in life. But the most important thing is, why are we doing it? What is the reason why you're waking up and doing the things that you wanted to do, right? There's always a reason why, right? So I'm glad that you found your why at an early age. And some people, it took them many years before they found out their why, their purpose. But the most important thing is, life is a consistent studying. It's a learning process. So dear listeners, if you don't know your why until now, don't feel pressure. Okay, we're here to help you. We're here to answer your questions. Ayan. So what are questions?
Yeah, so so sorry about the background noises again. So we have 4 questions. The first one is from Yell, right? So how would you know if your why is aligned to your purpose or goals, or vice versa? Let's say you find your why and why procrastination is still present. So let's start with the how would you know if your why is aligned to your present, or purpose or goals? First for me is that we need to determine or to know what is a goal and a purpose or a reason. So sorry about that. For me, a goal is an object of your ambition or effort. It's something that you want to get done, 'di ba? Yung ganun. Gusto kong magawa to, parang ma-achieve or ma-receive, parang ganun. Your why, on the other hand, is the reason for your existence. So if you work that backwards, it's not the same as goal. Parang it simply exists. It's not the same that it implies that you exist as a person, like your goal. Your purpose. you must have a purpose. So unlike a goal, it can't be chosen. It's still there. I mean, andun na siya. Hindi mo na siya mababago. Hindi na siya yung nai-influensyahan ka na gagawin mo. I'm so sorry for the background noises. Yeah, so for me, it's like setting goals without knowing your purpose is like running a business without a vision. So yeah, so sorry.
Wow.
For me, let me give you an example. My reason for getting a job is that wala akong pera. Yun yung wala akong pera. And yung, what do you call this? And my purpose is to obtain that money. Kasi di ba, imagine if you don't have the purpose of or reason of saving that money, you will be lost. Parang you will be spending your time sa work mo. Parang nag-work ka lang, wala kang nasisave. I think yun yung akin. Do you agree? I think confused ka.
Definitely, I agree. Yes.
Ikaw, how would you know
If my why is aligned to my purpose? I
Mhm.
think each and every one of us has our own purpose and calling in life. So for me, it's simple for me. If you wake up feeling inspired each day, you cannot wait to do the thing that you've always wanted to do, and
Mhm.
you're ready to go to get through the day, you have found your why. I mean, even if you have faced so many challenges, people don't believe in you, you get disappointments from your parents, from your friends, but you're still so fired up, so happy to tackle the task
Mhm.
that was given to you. I think that's how you figure out that you already found your purpose, when you're so happy and you're so focused on achieving that goal, and you're so committed, even though people are against you, even though that your circumstance in life are against you.
Yeah.
You just, when you found out your why, you just know, just like finding a person, a partner in your life. I mean, for me, when you just know your partner, that's who you want to spend the rest of your life with, you're just so happy, you cannot you're so happy each day, you cannot imagine your life not doing it. I
So
think
it's like
that's how you know.
on dating, the wise, the marriage, right? So kapag wala yung marriage dun sa na purpose dun, why are you guys dating? Para saan? So you're only spending,
Yes.
yeah, right? It's like having a job without the purpose of saving your money. So ang ending nun, nag-i-spend tayo, spend without thinking about your goal. I mean your purpose, na bakit ka may job or bakit ka nasa relationship. You are in a relationship to get married.
Yes.
Right?
There's an end goal.
Mhm.
And then you ask about, let's say you have your why already, but you
Mm.
still procrastinate. Procrastination for me, it happens from every now and then, because when we get too overwhelmed and pressure with life, with society, and we say, I'll just do it later, I'll still have time later, I'll just do it, and when the why is so clear, I've heard about this a couple of times before. When the why is so big, the how becomes clear.
Mhm.
Okay, so even if you get stumbled, even if you failed a couple of times, but your why is so big, you get back to your routine. Okay, so at times we tend to procrastinate our goals, our purpose, but
Yeah.
because we think we still have time, we procrastinate, right? Most of the times we tell ourselves, I'll just do it later. And we stop doing what has to be done. Ayan tayo eh. But for us to be consistent in our goals, diba, we just have to keep remembering our why. being the successful version of ourselves, we have a system that we need to follow. It's a daily habit that we need to follow. Okay, so having a wise is not it's not in it's not enough. We have to back it up with habits, with system. Okay, so we have a couple of times no experience procrastination, but we have to back it up with habits, with a system.
I think for me then is that each individual has a purpose in life. Some of you may not, hindi pa alam yung purpose nila sa life. Kasi for me, uulitin ko, a person without a purpose can get easily distracted, di ba? But with a purpose, everything becomes easy. Like yung connections, yung opportunities, and people around you, perfect alignment siya as you make as you make your way towards your purpose. Parang di ba kunwari gusto mong mag-ipon in the next 5 years, ganito ganyan yung purpose mo. Parang lalapit sa iyo, nasa yung opportunity, like eto may bigla kang negosyong naisip, go for it, may biglang investment, yung kaibigan mo, ganito, ganyan. So, for example, let me give you an example. Very nice na meron tayong example, di ba? Kunwari, di ba tinanong niya kung paano mo malalaman kung aligned yung goals mo sa life purpose mo. There are several ways to determine whether your goals are aligned with your life purpose. Look deep inside yourself na and find out if accomplishing that goal supports your purpose. If the answer is no, then the goal is not worth pursuing. For example, me personally, I want to have a successful skincare brand. And this day, here in the Philippines, right? And these days, whitening products are really a hit here in the Philippines. And it's the fastest way for me to get there, to have like a successful skincare brand. But on the other hand, it doesn't support my values since I'm more into embracing my skin color, diba? So like me being a morena, so it's not worth pursuing that path. It's not worth for me to just, or it just doesn't make a sense at all if I release a whitening products while supporting and telling women how to embrace their morena color. Diba? Do you get what I mean there? Parang gusto ko magkaroon ng successful skincare brand. And dito sa Pilipinas, nauuso ang mga whitening products.
Whitening products, yes.
But on the other hand, hindi ako ganon kasi ang aking values hindi nasusupport na parang syempre ako more into embracing your natural you, flaws. What flaws by Ayun Berna? So yeah, you can tell whether you are off your purpose in life through your happiness level. If you feel that everything is going your way, then you are in alignment with your purpose. But if working towards that, towards your goal has become too difficult na it is already affecting your daily life na yung relationship mo sa ibang tao, how you function every day, na parang naiisip mo na yung mental health mo, naaapektuhan na, then you should stop or pause what you're doing and evaluate the situation.
Yes, absolutely. Kasi at times talaga, we get nawawala tayo sa path natin, nawawala tayo sa purpose or sa why natin. And sometimes, diba, yung mga opinions of others, dun, like yung brand mo, it's about embracing yung morena skin, diba? Taking care of your skin. But ang daming mga brands sa pampaputi, diba? Ang daming factors that will affect you as a person and yung purpose mo and yung calling, but you have to remain focused, laser focused sa anumang reason, yung passion mo, yung purpose mo, remain focused on that. Ayun.
So yung next is that feeling ko nasagot mo na to eh. So why procrastination exists if you already know your purpose?
Yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I really do procrastinate. I'm really guilty. I think one of the reasons why is that I want everything to be perfect. We human beings want everything to be perfect. Like, while sometimes, kasi being a perfectionist is also good, or works. It works in your favor. We want everything to be perfect. That's why we procrastinate. However, it can be tempting to put aside your purpose or your goals, or mas dinedelay mo yung pag-complete ng task because you are worried about the outcome being less than perfect. Parang isasantabi ko muna yung gagawin ko until everything feels great. Ganong mga reason, right? What I learned is that everyone makes mistakes and that no one, really expects you to be perfect. Yung nasa sarili mo lang na, I want everything to be perfect. Kaya tayo nagpo-procrastinate. Simply do the best that you can. Sounds cliche, pero like our first,
Yes.
second podcast. So yeah, I know this third podcast is all over the place. I could feel it. Yeah, it's all over the
But
place.
we're here making progress.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah. So again, first one is that the reason why we procrastinate is that we want everything to be perfect. We are perfectionists, parang ganun. So yeah, next one is that worrying about the failure. Ito lagi yung one of the reasons, yung failure,
Yeah.
'di ba? I think it can be tempting to procrastinate tasks because of the fear ng pag-fail. Naririnig mo ba yung aso sa labas? So sorry about it. Oh my gosh. Of course, kasi 'di ba?
It's maganda yung background. Let's think positively about that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, it can be tempting to procrastinate tasks because of the fear ng pag-fail. Kasi 'di ba, if hindi mo itutuloy yung gagawin mo or something like that, kasi 'di ba, you cannot fail at something na you didn't even start.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, you didn't even start it. Ganun. So, unfortunately, this is an unproductive way of thinking. For me, what we can do is also face it. Until it will help you overcome it in the long run, or at least learn to manage it. Lastly, for me, is that we feel overwhelmed by tasks. Ako kasi
Yes.
minsan feeling ko ang bigat kapag nakikita ko yung gusto kong gawin the next 5 years or kunwari today, ganun. Parang ang bigat naman, sasantabi ko ulit, parang ganun. So what we can do about this again is to break it or break the challenge into smaller tasks. Kapag nakikita mo na start ngayon yung maliit na bagay and tackle each of it individually, parang make a checklist about it, or make a checklist about it. Parang 1% yung alam mo yung book na Atomic Habits?
Yes, but I haven't read it.
Kumbaga, everyday nagbibigay ka ng 1% na basta nagbubukas ka ng 1%, kung gumagawa ka ng bagay na ganito, ganyan. And one day, you will just wait for it, biglang yung 1% mo everyday mag-a-accumulate na magiging 100%. Ganun. Hindi mo man alam, kunwari, ngayon, ito, nagpo-podcast tayo, 1% to daily.
Yes.
Hindi natin alam kung kailan siya magiging okay or what. Pero,
mag-grow.
1% every day or 1% na naglalagay tayo ng energy towards it, then mag-a-accumulate ng 100%.
Yes.
Medyo all over the place ka, Ma'am Sha. Baka parang lutang tayo today.
Medyo.
Ako din, medyo lutang ako.
Medyo gutom. And na-overwhelm ako sa sagot mo kasi, wow, ang dami ko natutunan. Sabi ko, wow, oo nga, yes. Parang bang nare-refresh yung mind ko na yun talaga, madami kang natututunan and everyday you have to mag-remain yung mga natutunan mo. Medyo all over the place ako ngayon.
Ayan, all over. Feeling ko nga, hindi ko nasasend yung message na gusto kong sabihin kasi, ayun nga, 11 p.m. na. Ganun. So,
at medyo gutom na. Di pa kasi ako nag-dinner, so it's okay, diba? Yun nga, sabi mo, we have to face, kasi nga, each every time that we make progress every single day,
Mhm.
it adds up to yung version na we want it to be in the future. So ngayon, 'di ba, we're still trying to make this work. We're still learning paano ba ano yung mga background noises, paano ba tayo yung mga it's a constant
Battle.
progress,
Yeah.
constant battle, constant challenges that every day iba-iba yung ma-face natin. And ang nakakatuwa niyan is along the way, we get to learn, we get to grow ourselves.
Mhm.
And during that process, nandun pa rin yung naka-focus pa rin tayo sa goal natin in life. Ayan. So, ayan. Medyo sabog lang.
Sabog tayo.
Ayan.
So sorry about. Pero yeah, we have another question again from Sydney. Any advice on people still can't find their why? You go first. I think
Okay,
marami.
so I know this is the struggle of the millennial or even the 30 years old, 35, 50 years old, no? So
Everyone, actually.
everyone. And it's unfortunate thing that is happening. And how should we identify? How do you know your why? Recently I had a meeting with one of kakalala ko siya sa community, and she's young. She's 19 years old. She's
Mhm.
she started her college degree in the Philippines, but now hindi niya gusto yung course niya. And it's unfortunate thing that most of the millennial people nowadays, they don't know ano ba yung purpose nila sa life nila. So, sabi ko, ito yung mga dapat, ito yung ina-apply ko, no, sa sarili ko, no. You have to know yung passion mo.
Mhm.
Okay? It means having a strong feeling or emotion about something. Maybe you're passionate about photography, cooking, baking, no? Maybe some people, they feel happy about sketching, no? We all have a different reason why we do things, why we wake up early,
Mm.
why gives us perspective and clarity. So it's giving us a clear sense of purpose that enables us to focus yung efforts natin on what matters the most. So, yun nga. So, um, how how can you connect your whys, no? Yun nga.
Wait
Yun
lang.
nga yung kinuha mo kanina.
Advice muna. Yung advice. Bale na
Ayan.
yung advice. Yung advice. I think for me naman, muna, before we proceed to how can you connect, is that for me, I think asking your questions like, what makes you feel alive instead of what is my
Yes.
purpose? Mas better yon. Ma-overwhelm ka kasi kapag tatanong mo, ano yung life purpose ko? What makes you feel alive instead, di ba? So when you are working toward things that inspire you, it literally makes you feel alive, di ba? I think
Yes,
for me,
yes.
it's in the process as well. Focus on the process and learning. So para sa akin, try things and do things until you figure it out. And sit with it. Kasi di ba, kunwari, for example again, if you have never tried sushi before, how do you know if you're going to like it? That's the fastest way to know
To
it.
know the
Try
taste
it, di ba?
of the sushi, yeah.
Yeah. The same goes with your why. How do you know if something is really for you, or is it really what you want? Or if you have a strong passion for it, well, then just do it. It takes trial and error. Learn and listen from the signs. Parang ask yourself questions. Why? Reevaluate your purpose. Um, realign it with your intention. Diba?
Yes, yes.
Anong masasabi mo dun sa sushi?
Sushi. If you haven't tried something, you will never know.
Yeah.
Right? So if you will never know gaano ba kasakit ma-in love kung hindi ka naman na in love, 'di ba? You have to try be a student of life. You have to try discovering things and learning from people, so you will know ano ba yung what makes yung passion mo. Maybe you have passion on these things, 'di ba? You will learn a lot about these things if you have tried and if you have discovered. Ayan. So figure out what works for you. Maybe it doesn't work for you and it works for other people. So you have to try out different things while young. Ayan. So yun nga yung sinabi mo then, what makes you come alive? So constantly look for things that makes you happy, what makes you feel joy. Ayan.
Reevaluate your purpose. Tapos realign it.
Yes, yes.
So when you make progress and take action, you involve yourself in the process. And this is the easiest way na parang malalaman mo if you really love doing it. And do you feel alive? Does it feel right? So what's your story? The best way to find out is to just pause and ponder over some key questions. Marami, kunwari, mga questions na to, tinatanong ko sa sarili ko to. Dati, how have your passion and interests evolved you to shape your purpose? How do they connect to your interests and dreams from your early days instead of asking yourself questions like, what is my life purpose? Stuff like that. What impact would you like to make on others? So yan, sa mga questions. And lastly, what pursuits would inspire and give meaning to you? Parang meaning, yan yung mga keywords, meaning, impact, mas na iba, parang ganun, di ba? Do you have certain questions that you usually ask yourself na?
I usually ask myself if money and time and health is not an issue for you, what will you be doing right now? So that's what I usually ask myself. And what if today will be your last day on earth? What are you gonna do? Ayan yung mga usual questions ko lately sa sarili ko na dapat pala each day na ma-maximize ko yung day ko. So, yung mga fears ko before, I have to set that aside and focus kung ano ba yung what lights me up, what makes me feel joy, na kahit na may fears, may takot, diba? I still get to do yung passion ko kasi I realized that this is just ito na yung last day ko, so I have to maximize the time that I have on this earth. Ayan. And then yung what if meron kang money, meron kang time, meron kang good health ka, so I would be traveling, no? So I will be focusing on how can I make it that work. So ayun yung mga questions ko lately, and also, ano ba yung mga past mistakes ko and what can I do about it? Yung mga weaknesses ko, how can I improve my weaknesses? Ayun yung mga questions ko lately.
Those are actually great questions. Parang ako din napaisip ako bigla sa mga questions ko. Parang idadagdag ko din yung mga yung questions mo. Baka pa-send mo sa mga checklist mo, mga ganun, di ba? So, yeah, next question is, how can you connect your why? Dito na tayo. How can you connect your why to your passion or your drive? Should I go first or?
You should go first.
I think your purpose sits in the intersection of your talents, passions, parang yung pinag-uusapan din natin. So first again, we need to differentiate passion versus oh my gosh, passion versus purpose. I think for me again, passion is what releases your emotions, what motivates you, and what makes you feel good. Passion is often connected to your abilities, talents, desires. It is what you love to do. And you do it just for the sake of, just because you love it, without feeling stressed or compelled, diba? And purpose, on the other hand, is the reason you do what you do. Parang yun yung why mo. So while passion is based on energy, feeling and interest, passion can burn out over time. Yun yung akin. However, purpose is a lifetime. So purpose drives you, passion alone drifts you. So imagine if meron ka, passionate ka nga sa isang bagay pero wala ka na namang purpose. Hindi mo alam yung purpose mo. For me, it's like it's like running a business without a vision. Nagra-run ka lang for the sake of running. You don't have a vision. 'Di ba? So I think very connected yung dalawa. It's important to have them both. For me kasi every individual has gifts and talents na may mga impact sa lahat, 'di ba? However, bilang lang yung mga taong ginagamit yung gifts and talents nila just to live in their full potential. 'Di ba? Nawawala kita ata.
Naglalaglag.
Okay, naglalaglag. So, naano ako, na over the place ako, naglalag yung internet, yung aso, ang maingay, yung mga sasakyan. So
It's part of the process.
I try to remember these things instead. Purpose is long-term, passion isn't. Stay focused and remind yourself of your intentions on why you embarked the journey. Bakit? Bakit ka nandyan? So what exactly is passion? If passion is about enthusiasm, you get, oh my gosh, now over the place. Hindi ko ba alam, kaya upload natin to. Because I don't know if it oh, di ba? If it makes sense at all.
Yes. I mean, what do you
Kasi
think?
itong recording na to, it was supposed to be Sunday and Tuesday, tapos biglang naging pero di ba, very lutang na tayo, so yung utak natin wala sa
I'm like, I'm like, wow, ang ganda ng script, no? Should we stop the recording or what?
No, we don't. Di ba?
Okay. I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, in the middle of the process of making a podcast, we will face yung mga gantong circumstances na, nakaka-overwhelm, yung disturbances, yung noise, and like, yung question mo, should we do it? Should we keep going? Should we stop? Ayun nga, tas marirind ka, we're here for a purpose. We're here because we have to become our best version of ourselves. We have to endure yung process, yung mga gantong uncertain things. Now we have to face kahit na overwhelming, kahit all over the place, we have to show up. We have to stand up and proceed. Yun nga. Remind ourselves.
So yeah, let's yung takeaway natin dito. Why knowing your why is vital to your success in what you do. I think ito last na to. People fail because they don't follow their plans because they don't have a strong and powerful why. For me, success requires hard work, smart work, and time. That means that you need to pour in consistent effort. Like, consistent effort. So, to achieve, yan na naman, sasakyan, sige, go. So, yeah, we have to put in consistent effort to achieve greatness in life. But it doesn't have to be big. Yun yung mali natin. Parang, kunwari, iniisip natin na one time, big time. Ipopor ko na lahat para bukas, babalik na agad. No, it's not like that. It doesn't have to be big. It's about taking little steps so that one day you can free yourself. It doesn't have to be one time, big time. Parang yun nga, 1% every day. And you never know what will happen in the next few days, years, months. Yung 1% na everyday mo mag-accumulate na maging 100%. Diba? So, yeah, without a strong and emotional reason to back you up, mahirap kapag wala kang why. Lagi kang mawawala. Hello, Jamie?
Hello?
Biglang si Jamie. Parang ang daming ni Jamie today. I'm tonight. Parang madami siyang katahimikan moment. Feeling ko, pag etong papanoorin ko tong podcast na to, I mean recording, sobrang all over the place. And we apologize for that. Thank you for listening as well.
May dito, may tuwing that this time, may nagpa-pray, so naririnig ko yung nagpa-pray dito. Ewan ko kung naririnig mo.
Hindi, ako din. So sa'yo, may ingay din. Sa akin, aso, sasakyan, tao, lahat-lahat ikaw nagdadasal. So yeah, thank you guys for being with us on our third podcast. And we hope na makinig pa kayo on our next podcast episodes. And
because we will keep on working ourselves, ayan. So this will not be the last you've heard about us. Ayan, more podcasts are coming. We will be intentional. We will focus on growing ourselves, and you will know, you will, we will help you develop more of yourselves as we share our stories. Ayan.
Yeah. And ano na yung sasabihin ko? Nakalimutan ko. And also we have a community for podcast where we can promote your business, talk about self-love, confidence, mga ganon. And yeah, just things now we don't usually talk about parang sa lahat ng bagay. Just you can also post anonymously, like ask questions, diba? So like our Facebook page, Instagram page. So yeah, the extraordinary talk. Lutang talaga si Jamie today.
Medyo lutang, sorry.
Lutang po kaming dalawa. And yeah, see you on our fourth podcast. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Ma'am, paano ba ito? Paano ko i-stop yung record? Bye.
Bye.